Hello, Paul here from EMD Automotive at Canberra, Sydney. I've got this Porsche Macan Turbo. It was told to us, I think early last week. I just got I was really flat out and busy at that time, so I didn't have the time to actually look at it properly. But I had time on Friday to start looking at the actually coolant leak, and what we found is the leak was coming from underneath the intake manifold on this part here. But we couldn't see the leak because the pipe wasn't broken, and I still had coolant in the car. Usually when that's empty, the coolant leak is pretty obvious when the bottle is empty. But this one here still sort of hold pressure when we actually pressure test it. But we found some water leak on this side here. But we had to actually remove the intake manifold out, which is this part here on top. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, this is the intake manifold I was talking about. So we had to remove the intake manifold out, which is this part here. We just got some rags in there to stop anything going inside the intake manifold. It's very important. And we have some rags down here as well to stop anything going into the actual intake ports. Alright, it's very important to cover that up while you're doing your work, because things can just go in there without you knowing very easily and cause damage to the engine. Anyway, let's go back to the coolant leak. We found the coolant leak from the same pipe, but this time it wasn't broken, but it's coming from the inside here. That part there is cracked, causing the actual coolant leak to actually just that part there, just here on the inner there. So this pipe here is a breather pipe. It goes from bank 1 to bank 2, and it goes to the back there. The thermostat housing is okay, water pump's fine. It's just cracking from this side here. So this one here is cracked as well, so we need to actually replace that as well. But all of this here in the intake manifold must come out, because this pipe here runs on the top and goes underneath all this and then goes to the back here. So it's really hard to get to, so all that has to come off to do the job properly. Anyway, so just wanted to tell you one more thing. If you look inside the intake manifold here, it looks really dirty. Look at that one there. Look at that. Now you can see, look how dirty it is. Pretty bad. So this one here needs a decarb clean as well, like the other one we done. That one's really bad as well. That one's really bad. Alright. This side here as well, let's have a look. Same thing. Really bad. This side here as well. Look at all the carbon. Carbon inside here. Really bad. Alright, that needs to be cleaned as well, properly. And then, like the one that I done before, you've got it's actually manual cleaning. You can't just got to sit there with a little wire brush. Not a wire brush, like a very fine, not wire actually, sorry, fine brush. It's like a paintbrush, a bit stronger, but not wire. And you just got to sit there and then put a rag inside there, and you just got to twist it around like that using a pick or a screwdriver and moving it around until you get some of the carbon. Take it off, throw it in the bin, put another piece of rag, a small piece of rag in there, and eventually you work it until it's nice and shiny. And that's the only way to do it. I don't like trenching it. I don't like fill it up with a carby cleaner and all that. It's not clean. Not going to clean nothing. You got to clean it manually yourself, and that's the only way. I've got a video I've got a few videos on cleaning it as well, and before and after. You can see it. I'll post the after video here at the description below, so you can see how clean the intake ports are before we actually assemble the intake manifold after we do the job. But anyway, I'm going to send this link to the customer so they can actually see what's going on with their car. It's much easier than explaining on the phone. They can see in black and white, and then we can move forward. Anyway, thanks for watching, and please subscribe.